some years ago. But all we need to do is to print this in the newspaper and it would fit right in. I mean, think about it. What's it say here? It says, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest fire is set on by a small spark. The tongue is also a fire. A world of evil among the parts of the body, it corrupts the whole body. It sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and by itself set on fire by hell. Talking about using our words and how we use our words. You know, I make my living by words. That's what I do. That's what I've always done, actually. Even before I was a preacher, I was a salesman. And words are your stock in trade. That's what I have. But words are so devastating when they're used wrong. A flame can set our hearts on fire. It can set the world on fire. Words can destroy people. Words can make people. If I was a little smarter, I'd have figured out how to get this song put on so you could listen to it. But I would encourage you, if you have a chance, to listen to a song called Words by a group called Hawk Nelson. And just the first part of it says, they made me feel like a prisoner. They made me feel set free. They made me feel like a criminal. Made me feel like a king. They've lifted my heart to places I've never been. And they dragged me back down again, back to where I began. Words can build you up. Words can break you down. Start a fire in your heart. Or put it out. We think sometimes that words are just that. They're just words. But the problem is that we forget the impact, the power that our tongue, that the words that we speak have on people's lives. You know, I don't know if you've ever tried this before. Tube of toothpaste, right? And if you have a tube of toothpaste, you squeeze a little out and put it on your toothbrush, perfect, right? That's what you need. Probably everybody, well, most everybody did that this morning. Squeezed a little toothpaste on the toothbrush, brushed their teeth. Everything was fine, right? You put the cap back on, you put it back in the medicine cabinet or the drawer or wherever it's supposed to go, and it's good. But have you ever done this? I can get it to smooth. Squeezed a little too much out, and then tried to put it back in? Yeah, it doesn't work. It's a mess, and you end up with a huge mess. Friends, that's what words are like. Words, when they're properly used, when they're properly thought out, are wonderful tools that can build people up, can make them feel wonderful. But they can also get out of control and just kind of make a mess of everything. Well, James is reminding us of this, and he said it's not easy. Nobody can really control their own tongue. And I have to agree. We say things, sometimes we don't even realize we've said them. It's not that we're trying to say something that's mean or hurtful. We just say something. And all of a sudden, someone's feelings have been hurt, someone has been offended, someone feels terrible because of the words spoken, maybe not even in anger or in disgust, but just spoken. We need to guard our tongues. We need to be very careful about the words that we speak because they can't be forgotten. A word that was once said can only be forgiven, not forgotten. People will forgive us when we say bad things, when we say something that hurts them. They'll forgive us, but they won't forget. I've had words spoken to me that hurt me, and I forgave the person. And hard as I can try, I can't completely forget those words. I can put them out of my mind sometimes. I can keep them back here and keep them under control, but every once in a while they sneak through, and they're there. so careful when we use our words, because once they're out there, they're out there. And it's a challenge for us. And it's not easy to remember to be careful with our words. So I'm going to help you. I'm such a nice guy. I'm going to help you out. Cooper, come here and help me, buddy. Raymond, take one of these and give one to everybody. Okay? Should be enough. There should be more than enough for everybody to get one. Even the little kids, if they want one. Anybody that can read should have one. This is something that I found, I don't know, years ago, and it's not unique to me. I found it someplace, and it's something that I try to do often. I'm not going to say every time I speak, because sometimes I forget to do this. I forget to think. We need to think about what we have to say. And it's, as you notice, it's one of those little acrostics. So the first one, the T is it true? If what you're going to say about or to someone isn't true, you know it not to be true, then you need to have a red flag go up. Unless something is true, it shouldn't be said. The H, is it helpful? Is what you're going to say to someone going to help them in some way? Is it going to help them in their lives, who they are, in anything? Is it going to help them? The I is it going to be inspiring? Not just helpful, but inspiring. Will it help them to be better people? Will it help them to grow? The N is it necessary? Does it need to be said? Is this something that they need to have said to them? And the last one, the K, is it kind? See, when I remember, and I'm saying something to someone or about someone, I try to run down this list in my head. And if what I have to say fails on any of those accounts, it's better not said. If it's true and it's helpful and it's inspiring and it's necessary, but it's not going to be kind, then maybe it needs to be left unsaid. If it's not true, just stop there. You don't even need to go on to the rest of the list. If something you have to say you know isn't true, as Barney used to say in Andy Taylor, he'd say, just zip it, zip it, zip it. If it's not true, stop. If it's not helpful, stop. If it's not an inspiring thing to say, stop. If it's not necessary to say, don't say it. It's not kind. Don't say it. Now, I realize sometimes there are things we need to say that are true and helpful, necessary, inspiring, but they're not always kind. But if we know that they're going to be hard things to say, we can think of ways to say them that are kind instead of hurtful. Truthfully, I would much rather err on the side of not saying something than on the side of saying something and offending a person and hurting them, perhaps irreparably. Because people are tender. And friends, it's true about the toughest person you know. About the person who has what you think is the thickest hide, the thickest skin. Words can hurt them just as much as they can hurt anybody. Because words have a power that so few other things have. You've all heard the little nursery rhyme thing, sticks and stones will hurt me, but words will never hurt me. Give me sticks and stones any day. I'd much rather have somebody give me one of those than say something bad about me. Because those bruises, they heal. They go away. But the bruises and the pain caused by harsh words, by angry declarations, by things said without thinking, those bruises, they don't really heal. They get a little less painful, but they're still there. They don't go away. Words are so important. Not just being able to say the right words or know the proper words to speak, but words that are said to be kind, necessary, and inspiring, and helpful, and true. Those words are so important to us. Words can build us up. Words can break us down. Start a fire in our heart. Put it out. Words have the power to change us and to change the people that the words are said about. So my challenge to all of us today is to think. Just think before you speak. Take some time. I don't know whoever said it, but it's so true. It's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove any doubt. If you don't think, you may not look like a fool, but you may look like a bully. You may look like someone who is an ogre. But if you take the time to stop and to think before you speak, there's a better chance that you won't hurt someone with your words, that you won't cause pain in someone's heart, that you won't tear them down, that you won't make them feel like a prisoner. There's a better chance that the words you use can make them feel like a king, that can build them up and make them feel good about themselves and feel good about you. Please think. It's such a easy thing to do. And if we think, God will give us a chance to put that fire out that is the fire of our tongue. He will give us the opportunity to have some control over what we say and how we say it. Because we all know that we're going to slip. We're going to say something that we didn't intend to say, something that we didn't think, and it comes out. And God will forgive us for that, and generally the people that we say those things, they'll forgive also if they realize that we truly are sorry. Isn't it a much easier idea to just say, I need to think before I say anything. I need to think before I respond. I need to think before I make a comment. I know Facebook has gotten us out of that. Facebook, everybody just says what's coming out. There's a lot of fires started on Facebook. There's a lot of garbage that's spewed because people don't think. I get on there every once in a while. I read some of the things, and I've got something already typed in. And then I stop and I think about it and I say, well, it is true. And yeah, it could be helpful and inspiring and probably even necessary. It's not really very kind. Delete. Just get it out there. Be nice if we had a delete button for our mouths. I wish. But if we use this, if we think, maybe we won't need to use a delete button as often. So friends, my prayer is for all of us that we can think before we speak. That we can be not springs of salt water, but springs of fresh water. That we can be people who are words of blessing and words of encouragement and words of hope rather than the other. too many people in the world that are all ready to tear down and destroy with